Hi guys, hi Bellas, welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute. I feel like it's been literally a very long time. I actually came out here to sit down one-on-one, heart-on-heart talk with y'all. I feel like I've been posting vlogs, study with me. I told y'all I'm going to be incorporating study with me into my recent videos which I started, but it's been a minute. I came here to sit down and have a band-to-band talk with y'all, and so I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this day, and the day has finally come. So y'all remember the last video, and after this video you guys can go back and watch it. Don't pause it now, please. Let my algorithm not be affected. But y'all remember the last video when I basically did a study with me video and like a life update, and I told y'all I was looking for a new place, that my lease was expiring and I needed to get a new place. Y'all I don't know if you watched that video from heart to heart, but you would notice in that video like I was literally very stressed. I think that was a very big stressor in my life this year, and this year just started. It's okay, the year just started, but I was really stressed, and I don't even know how it worked out. But y'all, I'm literally here filming with y'all from the apartment. And that's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be the art of letting go. Now, I'm saying this because of when all these things were happening. 2025 just started, y'all. It's literally February, second month of the year. And I was so stressed. Like, I remember telling my deacon in church, like, bro, I have to literally move in or move out of I remember telling my deacon in church I literally had to move out of the apartment and I get a new place in a month. And if you follow my channel, you know also like I'm not a US citizen, and signing a lease gets very tricky because, you know, they want to know if you have an SIN, and if you don't have an SIN, maybe like getting a co-signer or like, you know, who's funding, like just so many documentations. And then you also have to do the application process, and I don't know guys, it was just a lot. And most places I was finding, because obviously if you watch my video, you know I'm in Los Angeles. I think I got a shirt, but most places I was finding was basically like above, I wanted to live alone, well basically above my budget, or like it would be within my budget, but then it's like I just wouldn't really like the area. And if you've been to LA, you know how LA could be really nice. Like you could see a street that is nice, and literally once you get out of that street there's gonna be a lot of craziness happening. So I was just like praying to God, and I was telling my deacon, like, I don't know if I'm being very picky, but you know, home is home. If I want to be out, I want a place that when I come back I could be like, okay, not a place where I'm going to and I'm running to go out every time. So my deacon literally told me, hey Sharon, relax, everything is going to work out and the Lord is going to provide something when it is the right time. Me, I was like, I've been looking for this place since January. Right time. I'm meant to move in February and it hasn't yet come. I say, okay. My mother was saying the same thing, like, it's okay, just calm down. But I feel like for me, and I don't know if you're watching this video and you're always like that, so, but I feel like for me, I get very aggressive sometimes with what I want. So it's like, I don't want to cut it close. Cool, I have to move by the end of February, or I have to move in February. I don't want to be like, okay, maybe starting of February, I want to start looking for something. Like I'm going to be like, okay, January. And once I start, I want to make sure it's done so I could get that cloud over my head and onto the next. So when I started looking, I was just like going aggressively every day, and every single thing I was seeing was really not encouraging. It even got to a point that I basically had to just put up like a housing search, and I was getting calls from different places like, hey, this, that. Also, I'm yet to get my license, so that also made it quite narrowed my option choices down, if that makes sense. It was just looking, it was just looking very impossible. And I remember my last resort, I was just like, you know what, it is what it is. I'm just gonna leave it to God's hands. And I joined my prayer team and I put in the request, hey, I want God to provide me with a place that's comfortable, within my budget and things like that, good environment. I even remember when I was saying it there, it was sounding very unrealistic to me, but I was like, well, I'm gonna listen to my deacon and I'm a hope on God. I'm not gonna lie, after I did that and I let go, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna focus on other aspects of my life, because a lot was also happening. But let's not get into there. I feel like right now, like, when you let go, God will let in, if that makes sense. But I literally just did that. I started focusing on other aspects of my life, and I kid you not, it was crazy. Within a week, the place I had applied to, and I remember my friend was even like, oh, they barely answer messages or this or that, but the place I had applied to, they had gotten back to me, and I had started the process, I had continued the process, and everything was basically finalized before 2 weeks. I was shocked. I was like, wait, what? Because I remember actually putting in that request in my prayer group. My face was literally like this. It was bottom barrel, and I was just like, well, let me just hope and watch and see what will happen. Last, if in 2 weeks time things are not clicking, I know what to do next, because I still have like 2 weeks more. But it literally worked out. I ended up moving here February 14th, and it was just crazy. Like, I was just like, ending of January, all this was happening. Like, I had so much clouds and I was so hyper focused. I was like, oh, I need to get this done, I need to get that done. It was almost as if I was pedaling. Like, I was literally driving a very bumpy road and I was holding the wheels so tight, like, gears, we must move. And when February started, I remember also making this joke to my friend, and I told her my 2025 starts in February. January is a trial month. And when February started, almost all the hurdles I was experiencing in January, it literally just bumped out. Like, I still don't know how that happened. I don't know if it's the power of manifestation, because it was crazy. Like, you know, I feel like January was just, I don't want to talk about January. I feel like January was literally the whole of a year, the struggles of a year, you know. My apartment the previous apartment I stayed in got flooded. On starting of January, I also broke an ankle. Then the early fires and stuff, and like us having to move like a lot was just happening in January, and I was just like, God, this year has come again, and I'm about to be your strongest soldier. Like, hey, make it make sense. But I told God, like, cool, a lot is happening, but as much as a lot is happening, I guess this is also a test. Whenever something big or whenever a way is about to be cleared for you, there's gonna be obstacles. Like, things are gonna happen, and the ability to persevere through that obstacles, because of, imagine you give up, you don't know, okay, there's this blessing that's waiting behind that door for you, but then you never make it to the door. And regardless of what was happening, I was just like, you know, praying. I'm grateful for the support system I had, because honestly, I'm here and I'm trying to preach this message, literally the message my deacon told me. I know how hard sometimes life could be, and we are the pedestal of our life, right? Or we are basically behind the wheel. But sometimes let go, like, just be like, okay, I'm gonna take a breather, and just be like, okay, I'm gonna take a breather and watch how things will unravel for you. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's okay to let go. Like, once you let go, you start giving up room for things to actually come in. And for me, that was very difficult, because I just grew up most of my life feeling like, you know, I have to be on the front wheel, because if I'm not on the front wheel, who's gonna be driving the car? And for the first time, I was like, you know what, this is a lot. I actually told myself, like, this is a lot to handle for me, and not just for me, but also, like, it was just a lot. And I was like, you know what, I'm letting go of this and I'm leaving it to God's hands, and I'm gonna see what happens. And I was shocked how everything literally manifested and unraveled. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. I'm literally here filming and reporting from my new place, my new apartment that the Lord provided for me, because I would say, like, I don't know, it's this was not even my doing. I don't know how this happened, and I feel like it's crazy. Like, I'm literally here, and every checklist I actually told God, like, okay, this is what I need, this is what I need, this is what I need, and this is the range I'm looking for. He literally gave it to me, and it's shocking So the moral of the story, if you're watching this video, I'll give you a word of encouragement. Back into me back, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, become a Bella. I feel like I'm gonna be having more talks with y'all like this, cause we're back, baby. We're back. And before I also end this video, yo, I don't know if y'all could see this hair on my head. I'm gonna just put it out there that for the first time I actually did my braids. Like, I've never made hair before, and I've always been of the notion of I don't know how, or that's something like I can't do. But I actually made this hair myself, and I'm super proud. I feel like this year I also want to get more into just tapping or gaining new skills, things that I told myself like I could never do or I'm not gifted at. I feel like I want to take that barrier off, but that will be a video for another day. I feel like I have yapped too much, like the professional yapper that I am. But join the yapping committee by subscribing, becoming a Bella, and I hope I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.